Hello everyone, it's Nancy here, and I'm filming this today to give you a opportunity to see my July entries on my Fauxbonichi. As on another video, I had said that I had gotten this graph journal from Barnes & Noble, and I decided to use it for a Fauxbonichi. I also got this book cover also from Barnes & Noble, and many people were asking me where exactly at Barnes & Noble. It was in the section with the book lights and the different things that you could buy, magnifying glasses to reading tools, and this was way down in the bottom. Hopefully they have more because of the school coming, returning to school, coming back. So I've already got this pretty messed up. It's kind of like a faux suede here, so it's kind of nice, and then this part is elastic, so it almost fits. I mean, I'm thinking about making a one like Pocket Full of Vintage showed. I'm not that good with sewing, but I thought I would make it. Also, in addition to this, I got from Goulet Pens was a pen holder, and you just stick it on your book, and it's not removable though, so once it's on there, it's on there. And I thought it was a pretty color to house a smaller type pen. It doesn't go through any larger type pens, but I've got a nice Field Notes ballpoint here in it, and it works out very well. Okay, so this is my flip. I started it on July 1st, and I had purchased it, like the weekend before. And how I did it was I tried to use different setups, what I could see what a real Fauxbonichi looks like. So I went over 5 and then drew a line down, and then 10 and then drew a line, and then I'm having my weather and moon phase and when the sun rises and sets. So I thought that that was a good thing to put there. Also, I try to find a quote at the bottom, and I'm having a really fun time doing that. That reflects the day that I have drew or journaled about. So this is my little deck in the back of my house, and my roses were totally blooming that for July 1st. So I put that on there. I did a little sketch, and I put like a title of the page here, and the quote in the bottom says, "In summer the song sings itself." So I thought that was really pretty. On July 2nd, on July 2nd, I had purchased some new Lammies and fountain pens, and I got the All-Star Safari in blue-green, and it's kind of metallic, and then I also got the white, and I got some turquoise ink to go with that, and so I'm having a fun time with my Lammies and all my journaling adventures. Next, my son came for July, and he took my grandchildren to the Chicago Field Museum, so they had a wonderful time there. July 4th, my husband wasn't feeling so well, so I spent the day cleaning and trying to get things together. Also, it was the anniversary of 50 years that the Beatles' Hard Day's Night came about, so I stuck that on there. I wanted to remember that. Next, we went to Barnes & Noble on that Saturday, and actually that's when I bought my Fauxbonichi. I didn't remember that, and I must have went back and drew in what I did. Also, my brother and sister were at, or my brother-in-law and my sister were at in Ireland, so I drew a little beacon of the Baltimore beacon to let the ships know It was even before lighthouses, so it was like a big rock, actually. More cleaning. I think I showed these few pages before. Trying to get, my grandchildren came up, and my son and his fiance, so I wanted to get everything situated. I'm not a very good cook, so this was a failed meat in the slow cooker. My ankle was hurting from so much cleaning. I just had a really bad day that day. So I did not sleep because of my arthritis pain. So on Tuesday after work, I took a nap, and it was also the Wall Street Journal 125th anniversary, and we get that's this paper at work. So they put the first page of it just like it was back 125 years ago, 2 cents in 1889. So that was kind of cool to see that. More cleaning and work. And I cleaned and shined up my piano, and I really miss playing it since my big house cleaning project took over. I accidentally drank a Coke in the afternoon, and since I've become closer to being a senior citizen, I can't deal with caffeine, so it kept me up until 3 o'clock in the morning, 1 Coke. So I was again tired the next day. This is not a drawing, it's a picture that I got out of a magazine, and here, let me put the light a little bit better on there. It was a picture of a magazine, and here's my weird quote for Friday. Good thing I don't follow fashion or change my looks. This was from Kim Kardashian. Changing your look and buying nice clothes can get you noticed by the media. Well, thank goodness I don't do that. Don't want to be noticed by the media. More cleaning. Then I went shopping. My son is a big eater. My grandchildren are big eaters. So I was not even done yet, and I had a whole big thing. So last winter, the news media said we had a polar vortex, and they said that we were getting another one again because it was, a frigid 72 degrees. Oh my goodness. So I did a little thing about how I celebrated the polar vortex, and I put down for the quote, Festivus for the Rest of Us by Frank Costanza from Seinfeld. And it's funny how the media infiltrates everything. Last bit of cleaning and getting things together for where my son and his fiance would stay. And here's a quote from Anne Frank, think of all the beauty still left and be happy. So Wednesday they all came, and my daughter's car broke down. I bought a whole bunch of little things for the kids, and this is just a tag from it. My son gave her a shawl that came from Dubai, and here's this ticket. So I talked a lot about the day. And then on that Thursday, my husband had a procedure, so we were going back down to Green Bay and dropping everybody off at Bay Beach, and that was a lot of fun. We went to the medical procedure and came back. Friday we had big outside day. We had a picnic, and David, my son, took the boys fishing, and they just had a great day. On Saturday it was time to go back home for my daughter. She had to go to work. Her car broke down again, so she had to stay overnight another day. My youngest granddaughter and the dog did not get along that day. We took a family picture all together. We bought the middle grandchild a bike, because bike he grew out of it, and my youngest granddaughter, we did a imprint in cement. I have one for the other two boys, so that was a lot of fun. So then the next day was Sunday, and my husband was still sick, so I just drew a map of all the places we had to go and get medicine and take Danielle back down to Green Bay to pick up her car, and I was very sad. So that night it was not a good time and for Bob, and the next morning we decided to take him to the hospital, and they saw that he had fluid around his heart, so I was really upset, and I had to try to get a grip because it was not helping Bob, and it was a doctor medication error that caused that. So here he is in the hospital, and then they gave him a procedure that would take the fluid away from his heart, and I talked about that. The next day they let him home. He was fine then after they took that fluid out, and they'd stopped the medication that he was on, and so I went back down to get him from the hospital. And then the next day my son and his girlfriend went back to Dubai, and I was really sad, and he had his computer and everything on my dining room table so he's taking some online classes, so my dining room table was full of computers and everything, and so it was like felt very empty. Then on that Saturday we went back down to the ER. They called and said my husband had an infection, and we had to go back down there, but it was all for naught, and he was fine. It was just a contamination, so that was good. But another trip to Green Bay. Then I had missed a lot of work, so I worked that Sunday with lots of coffee, and the dog slept next to me. Then we went back down to the doctor on Monday, 160 miles for 10 minutes of the doctor's attention. He did not even know anything about Bob being in the hospital, and I had called them on that Friday before and said he was in the hospital, what he was in the hospital for. They were supposed to request the records. The doctor didn't even know. So it was 3 hours of driving for 10 minutes and saying, okay, you're alive, bye. Oh, I can't even read what I wrote in there. Okay, medicine is a collection of uncertain prescriptions, the results of which, taken collectively, are more fatal than useful to mankind. And that was said Napoleon Bonaparte. So there you go. Way back then, they had that same opinion about doctors. The next day, I had a bunch of vegetables to use up, and so I was cooking and chopping and cooking, and thinking about doctors while I was doing it. So then, because of the all my company and Bob being in the doctor, I had a whole bunch of General Hospitals to watch on TV. That's a soap opera that's been on air for 51 years. I've been watching it for 41 years, and I did a story of how my great-grandmother got me started watching it. Then on the 31st, our little bluebirds had fledged on July 5th, and we saw the father and mother coming back, and I thought that they were going to make a second brood, but just today we noticed that the father and mother are just standing on this ledge, and they're showing their little ones on right behind here there's a evergreen tree, and they're showing their little ones how to hunt, because the little ones are sitting on the edges of the evergreen tree, and the mother and dad are going down picking up food and then coming up and showing it to their little ones. So that was really cool to see that this morning. I'm glad that I left some space to put a little update, and that's what's so nice, that you can go back and, you know, I always try to leave a little space just in case you know, I have you know, something more to add, especially with nature, because you never know, you know, when you're observing nature, you think one thing is happening and it might not be the case. So it's really nice. And then this is a proverb. A bird does not sing because it has an answer, it sings because it has a song. And it's from a Chinese proverb. I really enjoy finding these quotes for my pages, and I'm really enjoying this Fauxbonichi style journal. I have a sketchbook that I watercolor in, and but this one is a little bit more freer, it's more cartoony. I use markers and pens and just have a good time. I know this is August 1st, but I want to share this page. My dear friend Kim, she was only 46. She died of cancer, pancreatic cancer, and she died on the 31st. And I don't do likenesses very well, but I think I did about a 80% likeness of her. And I will miss her very much. Me and her had a lot of great art adventures together. So this was my Fauxbonichi flip for July. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back in August to show you what I did for that. If anyone has any questions on how I set up my pages, please ask below, and I will get back to you. And also, if anyone, you know, wants to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button or the like button. And I thank you so much for watching my little crazy journal escapades, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye bye now. Thank you.